verses 2-3. Methuselah, the grandfather of Noah, lived to be 969 years old, making him the longest-lived human recorded. Genesis chapter 5, verse 27. After the resurrection of Jesus Christ, many holy people who died were raised to life and appeared to many in Jerusalem. Matthew chapter 27, verses 52-53. The Apostle Paul was bitten by a venomous snake, but suffered no ill effect. The islanders believed he was God. Acts chapter 28, verses 3-6. In an attempt to kill the infant Jesus, Herod ordered the massacre of all male children 2 years old and under in Bethlehem. Matthew chapter 2, verses 16-18. Jesus cast a legion of demons out of a man and into a herd of pigs. The pigs then rushed down a steep bank into a lake and drowned. Mark chapter 5, verses 1-13. Jezebel is thrown out of a window by her eunuchs, trampled by horses, and her body is eaten by dogs, leaving her skull, feet, and hands. According to 2 Kings chapter 9, verses 30-37. As a result of Adam and Eve's disobedience, God curses the ground, making it produce thorns and thistles. He declares that humanity will suffer and toil for sustenance all their lives. This is found in Genesis 3, verses 17-19. God turned Lot's wife into a pillar of salt as a consequence of her disobedience. God had told her not to look back at the destruction of her sinful city. This event is described in Genesis chapter 19, verse 26. Moses warned the Israelites that if they disobeyed God, they would experience such severe sieges and famine that they will resort to cannibalism, even consuming their own children. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 53-57. During the siege of Jerusalem, the Assyrian commander taunts the people, saying they will eat their own feces and drink their own urine if they continue to resist. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 27. 3 guys were thrown into a blazing furnace for refusing to worship King Nebuchadnezzar's golden image. They are miraculously unharmed, and a fourth figure, described as like a son of the gods, appears to them in the fire. Daniel chapter 3, verses 19-27. God rains down burning sulfur on the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, completely destroying them and all their inhabitants due to their wickedness. Genesis chapter 19, verses 24-25.
Hello, welcome. I bet you didn't know the Gilgamesh the Giant many years ago. Before we hit the subscribe button, give us a like and share this video with someone special. In ancient Mesopotamia, in the city of Uruk, there lived a powerful demigod named Gilgamesh. He was 2/3 divine and 1/3 human, known for his strength, wisdom, and striking beauty. Gilgamesh was the king of Uruk, a formidable ruler but also a tyrant, feared by his people. But that's not where the story begins. Subscribe, like, share this. To temper Gilgamesh's arrogance, the gods created Enkidu, a wild man who roamed the forests. Hearing of Gilgamesh's oppressive rule, Enkidu challenged him. Their fierce battle ended in a stalemate, leading to mutual respect and a deep friendship between them. Gilgamesh and Enkidu then embarked on great adventures. One of their notable adventures was the journey to the cedar forest to confront Humbaba, the monstrous guardian. With bravery and teamwork, they defeated Humbaba, earning the anger of the gods, but also eternal fame. Stay with me, there's more. The gods plotted for Enkidu to be killed, and his death plunged Gilgamesh into deep sorrow and fear of mortality. Driven by grief and the fear of his own mortality, Gilgamesh set out on a quest for eternal life. After a long and perilous journey, Gilgamesh found Utshsm, who told him that immortality was reserved for the gods only. But there was indeed a portion for eternal life. After retrieving it, Gilgamesh lost it to a serpent. This loss taught the inevitability of death and the value of living a full life. He returned to Uruk, wiser and more compassionate, determined to be a better king and leave a great legacy behind.
Navigating through a divorce is challenging, but with the right support and self-care, you can emerge stronger and more resilient. Make sure to subscribe, like, share this video. Through a divorce is tough, but you and I will get through it together. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, and there are many resources available to support you on this journey. Prioritize your mental health, especially in this chapter of your life. Are you thinking, what about the kids? Consider this video a guide that provides practical steps and resources to help you cope and heal.
Therapy. Consider seeing a therapist who specializes in divorce or relationship issues. They can provide coping strategies. Join support groups where you can share ideas with others going through similar situations. Don't isolate yourself. Choose community. Lean on friends and family. Reach out to those who care about you. For emotional support and practice, be honest feelings and needs with your support network. Ask yourself serious questions and be ready for the answers. Books and articles. Read materials on coping with divorce, resilience, and personal.
Limit negative influences. Seriously, I will advise buying a vibrator. Don't rush in any relationship in this time. As much as you need a distraction, you don't want to bleed on others. Minimize interactions with your ex-partner that lead to arguments or stress. It's bad vibes. If your mind is fucked up, limit exposure to social media, especially if it leads to comparisons or negative feelings. And lastly, focus on the future. Positive mindset. While it's important to process the past, focus on building a plan for the future. Take gradual steps rebuilding your life. Celebrate small victories along the way. Cheers to success. Bye.
My sister's boyfriend has been letting her use his car.
She always got his permission before using the car. Always.
The car was registered in my soon-to-be ex-wife's name. When she found out about my sister, she reported the car as stolen.
My sister was arrested over this. The solicitor says since the car is registered in the ex-wife's name, it's considered marital property in their ongoing divorce.
Basically, the law isn't on my sister's side.
This man told my sister they were married in name but no intimacy, only for us to find out they got a divorce when she found out about my sister. She knew the car was with my sister when she filed the missing complaint, but died that vanished from their garage.
In her report, she claims she never knew about my sister and her soon-to-be ex-husband's affair. But she always knew and is lying.
The solicitor says they have a good case and the court is unlikely to be lenient with my sister.
Even though my sister has never committed a crime or ever been arrested, I am scared she might be going to prison for something that isn't her fault. The ex-wife is setting her up, but I have no proof.
Yeah, honey, we are good friends. I wouldn't say we are in love or anything, but we enjoy each other's company. He bought me 3 cars since our marriage. I shop for clothes and jewelry whenever I want. Plus, the trips are fun. My parents went on 2 dream vacations, plus we made a substantial contribution to pay off their home. Being in his 70s, he made sure he gets the necessary support should health issues arise in the future. Again, we are very good friends, but I wouldn't say it's romantic between us. I consider myself fulfilled. I have to treat my parents and my friends. I will get a divorce should he lose his money. Just as I know he wouldn't want me should I get fat or lose my beauty. We have understanding. I am here because of his money, and he is here because I am young and beautiful. I have never cheated on him. This is a reminder that unhealed childhood trauma manifests itself as the desire to fix others, becoming more of a people pleaser, external validation, and codependent. Are you constantly living on high alert or needs? Do you suffer fear of abandonment? Constantly tolerating abusive? Are you constantly trying to prove yourselves? Do you attract narcissistic partners and have difficulty setting boundaries?
A fatal shooting occurred on September 6, 2018 in Dallas, Texas. Amber Geiger, a white off-duty, mistakenly entered the apartment of Botham Jean, a 26-year-old black man, her own. Believing Jean to be Amber shot and killed him. Jean was in his apartment unarmed and eating ice cream when Geiger entered. This case sparked outrage and became a focal point in discussions about police brutality, racial bias, and the justice system. Geiger was arrested and charged with manslaughter, but the charges were later upgraded to murder. Geiger blamed fatigue and claimed to have acted in self-defense, believing Jean dead. Geiger was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years in prison.
ET2, Brute. Imagine waking up to the sound of waves in Portugal, where the sun shines almost every day and the cost of living is a fraction of what you'd pay in the States. Or picture yourself sipping coffee in a quaint cafe in Mexico, surrounded by vibrant culture and friendly locals. Then there's Spain, with its stunning architecture and delicious tapas, perfect for those lazy afternoons. If you're feeling adventurous, how about Thailand? With its breathtaking beaches and mouth-watering street food, it's a paradise for both your taste buds and your wallet. And let's not forget about Costa Rica, where you can enjoy a laid-back lifestyle surrounded by lush rainforests and stunning wildlife. Each of these countries offers a unique blend of adventure, culture, and affordability, making them ideal spots for your next chapter. So pack your bags and get ready for the retirement of your dreams. In shadows of Japan's neon-lit streets, lulled of the Yakuza, a nation steeped in tradition and ritual. Their beliefs are roots of honor, known as Ninkyo, emphasizing loyalty and respect. To join their ranks, one must undergo a harrowing initiation, often involving the ritualistic cutting of a fingertip, symbolizing sacrifice and commitment. But the Yakuza are not just enforcers of their own code. They engage in a myriad of crimes, from extortion and drug trafficking to human smuggling. Their influence stretches into legitimate businesses, blurring the lines between crime and commerce. Each tattoo etched on their skin tells a story of battles fought and loyalty tested, a living testament to legacy. In this dark underworld, honor and crime coexist, creating a chemistry of life.
Take any. Things change so fast and life is. I remember having so many friends not that long ago who are now strangers. A big one for me, how many last times you are going to have, and how often you won't realize the last time. Things can change so fast, or go bowling every Monday, have a convention you and your friends attend yearly. Did you hang out with the same people? And one day it was the last time it happened, and almost without fail it. Then you go days, weeks, months, and you realize you aren't anymore. No major fallout. Life no longer aligns. Credits, Vim TV. I knew she would never be my wife when I asked my ex-girlfriend to stop calling me fat during an argument, and she replied by calling me pathetic while storming out of the apartment. It wasn't what she said. It was what my father said while I was venting to you. How could you let anyone treat you like that? I broke up with her that same night. I was dating a single mother of one. Her son, 8 years old. One morning while taking school, he innocently told me how much he misses when it was just both of them, before I came into the... It hurt me because I met her when her son was only 4 with an absent father. I was going to ask her to marry me, but I knew it would never be once I heard that. The woman I almost proposed to once told me she has a MILF fantasy. Maybe she was drunk because we were on vacation, but less than a month after we got back to Boston with her. Subscribe, like, and share.
This is a reminder that unhealed childhood trauma manifests itself as the desire to fix others, becoming a pleaser, seeking external validation, and are you constantly high alert or deprioritizing your own needs? Do you suffer fear of abandonment, constantly tolerating abusive behavior? Are you constantly trying to prove yourselves? Do you attract narcissistic partners and have difficulties?
I daydream about leaving everything behind and disappearing. I would live in a camper somewhere out in Wyoming where it's quiet and daily noise that brings me down. Long for societal collapse so I can tomorrow fantasize about not being alive anymore. I'm not going to take my life or anything, but it has become comforting to imagine not having to carry around all the burdens that come with life. Just told me, just because they're their best doesn't mean it's okay. For context, we were discussing a family member who sucks at communicating. He often just ignores me, makes no attempt to get to know me as I am now, and is generally just not great at communicating. His best, but enough. I don't have to act like it is. On the phone with my best friend, she said, and aren't you a people when it is your turn? When you decide to stop making, some people will no longer fit in your life. Present parents transition from your child's consultant.
fantasy lovers by a blade of lightning as celestial beings lock in an epic struggle. Today, we're diving into the ultimate showdown, angels versus demons in the battle for heaven itself. Picture this, a serene, golden landscape above the clouds. Suddenly darkness spreads, and the silence is shattered by the roars of demonic beasts. On one side, the angels, radiant and fierce, drawing their divine swords. On the other, the demons, shadowy and menacing, wielding dark magic and brutal weapons. The clash begins with a thunderous crash as Lucifer, the fallen angel, leads the charge with his infernal army. His eyes burn with a hatred that could set the stars ablaze. Michael, the archangel, stands firm, with heavenly light, a sword of hand. As they meet in the center, the heavens tremble. Michael strikes first, his blade cutting through the dark magic like a beacon of hope. Lucifer counters with a torrent of hellfire, pushing Michael back but not breaking his resolve. All around them, the battlefield erupts into chaos. Angels soar through the air, their wings slicing through the night, while demons unleash waves of darkness, trying to snuff out the light. It's a symphony of destruction, each clash resounding like a heavenly drum. But amidst the chaos, there are moments of sheer bravery. An angelic warrior, isolated and surrounded, stands her ground, her faith unwavering as she fells demon after demon. A demon driven by an ancient grudge takes on a whole legion of angels, his rage fueling his every move. The tide of battle shifts constantly. One moment the angels seem to have the upper hand, their light piercing through the darkness. The next, the demons overwhelm, their sheer numbers threatening to drown the heavenly host. Finally, it comes down to Michael and Lucifer. Their battle is a blur of light and shadow, of fire and fury. With a mighty roar, Michael channels the full might of heaven into one final, devastating strike. Lucifer, caught off guard, is hurled back, his form shattered but not destroyed. The battlefield falls silent as the angels regroup. Their victory hard-won but bittersweet. The demons retreat, their threat far from over. The war for heaven is far from finished, but for now the light prevails. So what do you think? Who would you stand with in this celestial clash? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep dreaming and keep the fantasy alive.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. Today we're diving into a topic that resonates deeply with many of us. Today I'm talking about something that hits close to home for many of us. The bittersweet experience of growing up and moving on. Coping when siblings go separate ways. It's a journey filled with mixed emotions, isn't it? So imagine this, 3 stepbrothers, practically inseparable from childhood. They've been through thick and thin together, sharing countless memories and adventures, shared laughter, support each other through tough times. But as life happens, paths diverge, and they've reached a point where they have to part ways. It's tough, right? They've grown up together, but now they must face the reality of moving on. It's a challenging transition, but it's also a part of life's natural progression. I've got you covered. Here are some healthy ways to manage that separation and keep the bond strong, even when miles apart. First up, embrace communication. Just because you're miles apart doesn't mean you can't stay close. Set up regular video calls. Make it a routine to catch up and share your lives. Keep each other updated with texts, send photos, and share little moments that make up your day. And share your daily highs and lows. It's these small, consistent efforts that keep the connection alive. It might not be the same as being in the same room, but it keeps the bond alive. Remember, technology is your friend. Use it to bridge the gap. Secondly, create new traditions. Think about it. Traditions don't have to be confined to physical presence. They can evolve and adapt to your new circumstances. Maybe you can start a monthly virtual game night where you all gather online to play your favorite games and have fun. Or a shared playlist that you all contribute to. These new rituals can give you something to look forward to and maintain that sense of togetherness. It's about creating new memories, even from afar. And lastly, focus on personal growth. Use this separation as an opportune personal goals. It's a chance to grow individually while still feeling connected to your siblings, whether it's picking up a new hobby, advancing in your career, or exploring new interests. This time apart can be a period of significant personal development, or just taking some time for self-reflection. By becoming the best version of yourself, you honor the bond you share with your siblings, cheering you on every step of the way. It's like they're with you, cheering you on. Their support and love are always with you, no matter the distance. So, let's recap those steps. Embrace communication, create new traditions, and focus on personal growth. It's all about maintaining that connection while also thriving individually. These steps can help you navigate the emotional landscape of separation. Remember, it's okay to feel sad or miss them. Those feelings are a testament to the strong bond you share. That just means the bond you share is real and powerful. Emotions are part of the journey. Embrace them, but don't let them anchor you down. Use them as a reminder of the love and connection you have. Embrace them, but don't let them anchor you down. Instead, let them motivate you to stay connected and grow.
I never thought this day would come. We've been through so much together. It's hard to imagine life without you guys by my side.
Yeah, it's tough, but I know we'll always be there for each other, no matter where life takes us. Those memories will always keep us connected.
I feel the same way. It's scary to think about the future without you guys around, but I know we have to follow our own paths. We'll make new memories, even if we're apart.
And don't like button if you subscribe. Content that's all about navigating life's ups and downs. We're here to support each other through every step of the journey. Take care and stay connected. Pause, then fade out.
Coldwater, a resident of Detroit who vanished in 1994, one of the city's unsolved mysteries. After being missing for 30 years, walked into the Detroit Police Department looking exactly as he did on the day he disappeared.
You won't believe this, but it's as if he never left. He looks exactly the same.
Wearing the same clothes from 1994 and showing no sign of aging, Coldwater's sudden reappearance stunned the community and his family, raising questions about the nature of his disappearance and his claims of what happened during those missing years. Authorities contacted Coldwater's family to share the good news, expecting a joyous reunion.
My heart, when I heard he was back.
However, when his family arrived at the precinct, they were struck with shock, seeing that Demetrius looked exactly the same as he did 3 decades ago.
This can't be real. How is this possible?
Many of them left in fear, unable to comprehend how he had not aged a day. Only his aged mother and sister remained, anxious for answers.
Please tell us what happened, Demetrius. We need to know.
During questioning, I recounted a story that, well, it sounded like science fiction. On the day I went missing, I had left the liquor store and was heading to my girlfriend's few drinks together. We got home and moved to the bedroom. I opened a door and discovered a newspaper that said the year was 2088.
I can confirm your suspicion. I was in the same place and then vanished into 1980.
She told Coldwater about a world ruled by a man named Mecuse Blah, where there was no president and a curfew of 6 p.m. with powerful police on patrol.
But before I could warn you further,
the conversation was interrupted by a drone that suddenly appeared and sprayed a substance, suffocating the woman before she could continue.
I ran back to the room, lay on the bed, and woke up at the police station.
The strange tale left the police, his mother, and his sister in disbelief. Shortly after his account, Coldwater and his remaining family members were escorted to a government facility, and no one has ever seen or heard from them again. What do you think about this tale? Like and subscribe for more. Make the background music eerie. When the king of Aragon died without heirs, the nobles offered the crown to his brother Ramiro, thinking he was inexperienced and timid. Ramiro agreed to take the throne for 2 years, promising to return to the church once the successor was secured. However, the nobles' constant disdain and rebelliousness made it hard for him to rule. Seeking advice from the idol, King Ramiro sent an emissary to his mentor, the monk without speaking. Took a knife. After hearing the message, King Ramiro called all the nobles to courtyard, claiming he wanted to show them a great bell that would ring across the kingdom. Curious but skeptical, the nobles entered the room one by one, where an executioner beheaded them. Indeed, the incident was named Bell of Ramiro, which truly resonated in the kingdom. Subscribe, like for more. The case of Big Lurch, born Antron Singleton, is a disturbing example of how drug abuse can lead to tragic outcomes. Big Lurch was a rapper from Texas who became notorious for a horrifying incident in April 2002 while under the influence of CP, a powerful hallucinogenic drug. In Los Angeles, where he lived with his roommate Tiny Isaias, Big Lurch's drug use took a dark turn. During a drug-induced state, he violently attacked Tanisha, resulting in her death. It was a gruesome scene. Police found Big Lurch wandering the street covered in blood. He was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The case drew widespread attention and sparked conversations about the dangerous effects of drugs like PCP. Like, subscribe subscribe for more.
King Von, a name that echoes through the streets of Chicago, carries with it a chilling legacy. Born David Bennett, he rose to fame as a rapper, but his life was steeped in violence and controversy. Allegations swirl around him, painting a picture of a man entangled in a web of murder and betrayal. Witnesses claim he was involved in multiple shootings, with some linking him directly to the deaths of rival gang members. The streets tell stories of his ruthless reputation, where loyalty is fleeting and blood spills easily. Each verse he rapped seemed to reflect a life lived on the edge, a life where the line between art and reality blurred dangerously. As the tales of his alleged crimes unfold, one can't help but wonder, was he a product of his environment, or did he embrace the darkness that surrounded him? In the end, King Von's legacy is a haunting reminder of the violence that often shadows the world of hip-hop, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and shattered lives.
The case of Jose Guardado involves a shocking, brutal murder that occurred in 2011. Jose, a 17-year-old student at the South Dade Center in Homestead, Florida, was killed by 4 of his classmates: Kahim Arbello, Jesus Mendez, Desiree Strickland, Jonathan Lucas. Kahim Arbello, identified as the ringleader, orchestrated the plot to lure Jose to a remote area of the Everglades under the false pretense of helping with farm work. Once isolated, the group launched a savage attack with a machete, inflicting fatal injuries. The murder was premeditated and particularly gruesome. After the attack, the group buried Jose in a shallow grave, which was discovered days later following a missing persons report filed by his family. The community was horrified by the crime, especially given the young ages of both the victim and the perpetrators, who were all between 16 and 18 years old. During the murder, it was reported that Desiree Strickland and Kahim Arbello engaged in intercourse near the crime scene, underscoring the depravity of the act. The motive behind the murder was a combination of jealousy, anger, and a twisted desire by the group to demonstrate capacity for violence. The 4 killers were arrested, charged, and faced severe legal consequences. The case ultimately brought more light to the dangers of youth violence and peer pressure. Give us a like, subscribe to support.